a Michigan DUI lawyer this morning. I'm in Ann Arbor, Michigan at the 14A1 District Court. Judge Simpson, the ever famous Judge Simpson, is down the hall from me conducting a massive number of cases. He must have 20 lawyers in the courtroom. But Trajan the Ragin Cajun has asked, what happens if you're at your arraignment and the judge asks you incriminating questions? And I guess that my post yesterday was not clear. I said that there was no agreement between the various courts across the country. There is agreement insofar as whether or not the judge should be asking these incriminating questions and forcing you to waive your Fifth Amendment right in order to assert your Eighth Amendment right. The question is whether or not it's admissible, And so this judge over in the 27th District Court takes the position, Mr. Mays, I'm not going to have your client charged with any additional crimes if he or she admits that they're going to test positive for something that's illegal. But that's not the judge's choice, is it? It's the prosecutor who introduces incriminating statements against the accused at trial or uses it to impeach the person at trial. And that's the question where there's no agreement between the state and federal courts in the various states as to what are the ramifications of that. And so it's incumbent upon the attorney to make the objection on behalf of their client and say, no, judge, I'm not going to allow my client to waive his or her Fifth Amendment privilege and incriminate themselves on the record. If the individual client tries to say, listen, judge, I'm not going to answer that. Yeah, the client's probably going to go to jail, or at least the bond's going to be an outrageous bond. So it's incumbent upon the attorney to raise those objections on behalf of the client. That's what's important. Whether or not the statement is or is not later admissible in some further proceeding or in that case itself, that's why it's incumbent upon the attorney. And unfortunately, I sit in that courtroom day after day watching these arraignments, and no one is objecting to these questions by the judge.